So I really want to showcase the hard work I've been putting in behind the scenes. So pretty much every day during my lunch break at work, I'll just grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and just draw what I want. The ideas I just jot down right here is the main section of feed that I have the front. And my overall plan is to elongate this downwards. So instead of doing 13, 13, starting from the bottom and working my way to the top, I'm doing the reverse. I'm starting from the top, going down to the bottom. Before it was just covered up from this section. That's just the regular tabletop. But now down further, I would like to have at least 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet of the Gunga City. I want deep trenches, like especially down the center section right here. That way the focal point should be the Gunga City at the very lowest level of the mock. And hidden creatures, this right here is like an underground mountainous region reef, and I want creatures to be hiding within the little crevices, which would be pretty cool. A cross section of a clone base is going to be placed right here. I'll show you guys in a second. I want geysers, like underwater volcanoes type. There's a lot of droid underwater vehicles. Pretty much like all my vehicles I would like to have. The Manta droid looks really cool. The Aqua droid, OPC killer, which these little minefields where, in real life they have little circular balls at the bottom of the ocean connected to chains, and if you ever tap it, they all explode. So something like that. I would like to include an actual mine where they say they're actually mining the resources for Theed and the lower levels of the ocean, and there should be an armory and weaponry. Have all those like Gungan weapons where they have like just the regular sphere balls just stored away somewhere, and colorful plants slash fish. So a lot throughout the entire thing, there's going to be an intense purples, greens, blues, reds. This is my favorite part of what I do. Coming up with the ideas and sketching it down, coming up with ideas with you guys, and then you modifying it in the comments below, see what looks good, and we can talk through things. And every episode we can evolve off of what has come before. And since 1313 was such a huge inspiration for me, I'm going to be doing things in a modular aspect. Is going to be the first base plate I'm going to modify. So I'm going to remove the entire top of this section, and there's going to be sub-levels. I really wanted some sort of boiler room. That way there's a lot of heat transfer of, steam or whatever. And then I'm always going back to sewers. I've always wanted to have a sewer and feed, and this is a perfect opportunity for me to, get that 1313 aspect of me back. All the dingy, dirty, grungy style of building I'm really good at. Got the electrical room. I would like to do that, somewhere. Got fans, motors, so there's going to be a huge turbine. So I'm really good with fans and working fans. So I would love to have a working turbine right here with some steam pumps from the boiler room going upwards throughout the sewer section. The sewer is going to have runoffs going into the main drain right there and then pouring into the main ocean or stream, deep sea ocean stream thing, whatever. And then there's definitely going to be a bunch of citizens hiding from the ongoing battle in feed right here. Cool minifigures like hiding, and there's going to be an infirmary area, some people damaged, all bloody up. But that means I have to really modify this top section. That way there's access port, like a little manhole going straight down. Even though there's going to be a battle going on, it's still going to be like the fish are swimming around, but they're going to be hiding in the coral reef. That way it's more realistic, because if there is danger, these fish often hide from any predators, so it makes sense. And right here, I would love to have huge mountains protruding through the top of the water. And as you go down through the cross section, it goes further and further deep. And at the very bottom, I would love to have these ducky horse stalls. I'm not going to have them individually caged because it'd be harder to see them side by side. So it's going to be like an open free range staples for horses, but they're little ducky horses. And online, I did see a photo of an amazing design of this Star Wars creature that they had in Phantom Menace that protrudes at the very end of Phantom Menace, that has when they're activating the shields, that creature is carrying that big energy source power thing. I would like to have 3 layers in this entire mock. The top layer is going to be the shallow layer, which is right here, a diagram of a side profile view from the front of the mock. So this is the shallow layer up here, and then this is the mid water, and this is going to be the deep water, where like the Twilight Zone area. And this is where I like to have a nice variation between the animals and creatures and the ongoing scenes that are going on, the different layers. Because as you go deeper down, it should be more intense, right? So The shallow layer is going to have the coral reef, shipwrecks, a destroyed Autogunka ball, which is like this little black thing. It's going to be the huge Gungan City sphere, but like destroyed because this Trident class, I'm not sure if it's a droid or it's a ship, but it, penetrated the sphere at the surface layer because it would make sense for the water to go in, so the buoyancy would continue and make it go upwards. So I'm going to have a destroyed one at the top section. And then a lot of the lower layers, I'm going to have like huge cities at the bottom. The mid area should be really interesting because I'm going to have a lot of ventilation shafts for like volcanoes and then actual ventilations for the mine operations. It's going to be next to the underwater clone base. Just use your imagination. This is like a cross section of the clone base, and it's going to be really awesome because I always make everything awesome. The deep Twilight Zone area down here, this little chicken scratch. So this is the Autogunka City, and there's going to be a lot more down here. And I was thinking, since it's a deep Twilight Zone area, why not have one of these like creatures skeletons? Wait a second, I recently bought a set that would work perfectly for this. T-Rex skeleton head. Honestly, I think is like the perfect idea for the size and scope I want to go. I really want to modify this a little bit wider and change out the teeth, add a lot sharper teeth, take some out, put some algae on it. This is roughly the size scale I was thinking. Just have a huge skeleton head, the rib cage, and then a massive tail going either way. Who knows if I add some arms or some sort of fins, I don't know. There's a lot of different deep sea creatures. And recently I've been getting obsessed over these creatures that live on our own planet. The true aliens are here. That's what I believe.
Block by block, his dreams come true.